Well, hello, and welcome to another FAQ Monday. I'm your host, Fluff, and today we are going to go over some important things, like bacon and breakfast burritos versus breakfast sandwiches. Which one do you choose? I mean, really, in my mind, the correct answer is both, but we'll get to that. First question, best album artwork ever? Ooh, I don't know if I could pick just one album to really exemplify my favorite artwork ever, although I do like simplicity and dichotomy. And the best example I can think of is one of my favorite album covers ever is Depeche Mode's Violator, because I love the dichotomy of the word violator, which is a very violent word, with a nice little pretty rose against a plain black background. That is amazing. Same with Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. However, I also like the really cool proggy kind of album covers like Mastodon's Blood Mountain, or Leviathan for that matter. So I'm gonna go with those four just because I can't think of anything else off the top of my head that really blew my hair back. You know, simple and also super nerdy and technically detailed. I don't know which one I could pick. Hi Fluff, now that RR has broken up, what's next? Any more stuff coming out? Yes, I have a few things coming up in the new year and just coming up in general. I recently left Positive Grid and I have taken a job with JSD Tones and my buddy Joey Sturgis. I'm gonna start doing artist rep stuff, so I'm gonna be kind of busy with that, but I have also formed a project that I have affectionately been calling Ruiner, and that will be kind of a vehicle for which to put out music and all sorts of stuff. And the first release from Ruiner will be a 4-song EP comprised of the songs that would have been on the Rest Repose full length that I wrote. So it's gonna be a 4-song EP. I'm gonna track Nick Pierce, my buddy Nick from Unearth, is gonna be on drums for the EP. I'm gonna track him in really early January, right after New Year's. And then Tony, Josh, and Tanner will be on that EP, and we're gonna put that out, see what people think of it, and then after that, I look at Ruiner as kind of like a potato chip, and I can put you know, beans, I can put sour cream on it if I want, I can put cheese, but it's still my potato chip. So, you know what, maybe each EP or each release will have a different singer on it. I don't know, I think it's just gonna be whatever I'm feeling at that time, but it's all gonna be encompassed as Ruiner. And pretty excited because that kind of leaves the door open and I can just really do whatever I want with it. So, should be good. Like our Facebook down below if you want. Give us some attention, please. Hey Fluff, do you ever wish that you had a larger studio at your disposal, or are you happy with the room that you have now? You know what, that is a great question because I often ponder that myself, because it would be really cool to track drums and have kind of a formative place to do proper audio stuff. However, this room has given me so much, and it is so nice to be up late at night editing something and be extremely exhausted and just simply go downstairs and go to bed. I love that part of it. So I hate it in the morning, but I love it at night, sort of thing. I guess if I had a studio, like a little studio attached to like a small apartment, that would be kind of ideal for me currently, but no, I like what I got. I don't know if I would trade this for an actual full studio, because then there'd be a lot of driving back and forth and I would never be here, and then where would my dogs go? And it's all about the dogs, right? So yeah, I'll stick with what I got. Any tips for getting a good heavy tone out of a non-metal amp for backline gigs, etc.? I think what I would do personally is have some sort of processor, whether it be, you know, a Pod HD or a Fractal AX8, something like that. I would have a bunch of presets programmed for all sorts of different amps. For example, I would have my group of Fender Twin patches, or my group of, you know, Marshall JCM 900 patches, and you can then use that as a preamp and only use the power section of that backlined amp kit, because when you're backlining and you're traveling, you never know what you're gonna get for an amp. And that can be very frustrating, and you also wanna be able to travel and be compact and know what you're gonna be playing with. You wanna feel good, you wanna play good. So that's what I do. I'd get some sort of processor. The new Line 6 Helix looks cool, but you know, the Line 6, the Fractal, definitely something like that that you can use as a preamp into the power section of that amplifier. And now, the dad joke of the week. What do you get if you drop a piano on an army base? A flat major. Flat major. My suggestion to you this week is to check out Tess Research Foundation. Now, Tess Research Foundation is a nonprofit organization geared towards finding a cure for epilepsy and specifically a deficiency in SLC13A5, which gives your cells energy to do things. And without that, it causes a great amount of epileptic issues. You can read all about it down below in the description. Feel free to go on over, check it out, read up, and share if you'd like, in the spirit of the holidays and giving. You've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.